Hey besties, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be on little Tjay and Ruby Rose and the fact that they might be together back again, which is crazy because if you know these people, like you don't even need to know them. If you have a Twitter account, if you have an Instagram account, you know like the crazy stuff that has happened between these two. So the fact that they not only are they back cool, that they might be dating again is crazy. So if you don't know, in early 2020, Lil Tjay and Ruby Rose had been talking apparently, and it was TJ's birthday, so she flew in to see him. She lives in Atlanta, and he lives in New York City, so she flew into New York City to see him. That night, they spent the night together, and she decides to go through his phone and she finds some girls in there. She freaks out, for some reason decides to call the police. This upsets him, the fact that she's calling the police, so he pulls out his phone, starts filming her, and posts intimate videos that they had taken like earlier that night. He posts everything online on Snapchat, and it of course goes trending on social media, and people were clowning Ruby. Like some people were defending her, saying he's a misogynist, all that, this and that, right? So it was a whole big thing. After that, like sometime later, she starts dating, well, actually like really soon after that, she starts dating DDG. And later on during the summer of 2020, she and Lil Tjay were like hanging out. I guess he picked her up somewhere, and they were in the car, and he takes her phone and he starts filming her and himself and posts it on her Instagram story. You can like see her hiding her face, trying to hide from the camera, and she quickly deletes it, but like it already, like people got it already, you know. So it was all over the blogs, and it kind of went like semi-viral because it was known that she was in a relationship with DDG. So why is she hanging out with her ex TJ? Anyway, so that happened. After that, I guess they fell out. No, they got back cool again. And then she said her and she has this best friend called Lala. And she said she would take Lala to film, not film, like record in the studio with TJ. So she could record. Lala would just be hanging out with her, all that. Well, Lala and TJ, I'm just showing the story. I'm not going to make a whole thing. Lala is Ruby Rose's best friend. Lala ends up getting with TJ, like, because he was doing a music video and he asked her to be the main girl. And then she did the video for him. And then, like, a week later, they posted up on Instagram saying that they're together. So Lala and Ruby Rose fall out. It turns into a whole little drama. Ruby Rose cusses her out, all that, right? And that's where everything ended. So at this point, you would think like they would never speak again because this man has, for one, embarrassed you on the internet because he recorded your intimate moments. You know, it wasn't nothing naked, but they were lying in bed together, all that. He posted that. He embarrassed you. And then while you were in a relationship and he knew you were in a relationship, he filmed the Instagram story video just to, like, you know, piss you off and piss your boyfriend off and make you look bad, you know. He posted that, so that's 2 times he's embarrassed you. And then he ends up getting with your best friend, who the only reason the only reason he knew her was through you, and he used her for promotion of the video because people knew that she was your best friend and people knew about the stuff that happened between you and her. So at this point, people were like, obviously, like, nobody would think they would ever speak again. Like, you've done too much, right? Well, this week, there's been some evidence that they might be back speaking again. And not just speaking, they might actually be in a relationship and on top of that, in love, okay? Let me give you all the deets, okay? So this past week, like 3-4 days ago, she was tagged in a photo. You know how on Instagram, you can get tagged in things and then it's public, people can see what you've been tagged in. So people saw that she was tagged in this photo from the previous night, and she quickly untagged herself, but people had already screenshotted and gotten the photo. Which was a photo of she was like holding up her hand, and you could see in the finger between the the finger between the small finger and the middle finger, she had TJ's name on it. So people took notice of that, and the blogs got it, and the smaller blogs got it. They started posting it, and then the next day she was doing club hosting, and there was a photographer there, of course. And then he posted the photos again, and once again she was tagged in them, and people got those photos as well. And again, you can see his name on her finger, and people started posting it. And on top, so that's like one solid piece of evidence, right? Like you have this man's name on your finger, which you wouldn't just do that like randomly. You know, you would do that for a lover. You would do that for like maybe your mother's name. I don't know. It's not like something you just Okay, I don't know how to explain it, but that's one piece of evidence. Okay, let's get to the second part. Now that's the first piece of evidence. Okay, let's move on to the second piece of evidence. So like a day or two before she was tagged in these photos, she posted this one tweet where she said, "I be falling in love so hard, I want to buy this nigga a lamb truck." Right. So if she's in love with a man, she will not have another man's name on her nail, will she? No, she won't. Unless it's the same man, she's not gonna have another man's name on her nail and she's in love with a man, with another man. She's in a relationship with another man. So that doesn't make sense unless it's the same man, you know? Okay, so that's the second piece of evidence, which I feel like is very the second piece of evidence, like the fact that you're not gonna have another man's name on your nails. I think that's a very strong piece of evidence. So that's the second piece of evidence that we have. Let's move on to the third. The third is again relating to a tweet. So earlier, like a week ago, was it a week and a half ago, she posted this one tweet where she was like, "I'm gonna be a video vixen. Guess who the artist is?" You know, and people were guessing it was Jack Harlow, and because she had just retweeted his photo like right before she tweeted this tweet, so people thought it was Jack Harlow, but it's not Jack Harlow, and she confirmed it wasn't Jack Harlow because she did this one interview where she's promoting her upcoming EP. She has an EP coming out in April, aka this, is it April? I don't even know. She has a she has a EP coming out in April, and she was doing like a promotion thing for it, and the lady asked her, "Hey, I noticed that you tweeted this. Is it Jack Harlow that you're gonna be doing the video for?" And she said, "No, it's not Jack Harlow. It's another artist, an artist that she has a song with. But this song is just she's just gonna be the video vixen. So it's not Jack Harlow. So people think it's Tjay. They think it's Tjay because she has a history of doing videos with guys that she's close to, you know, and she had his name on her nails and all that. Okay, so the third piece of evidence is she was asked in that same interview. She was asked, who you the guy said, "You travel a lot. You've been to different countries. Tell me which guys in like what state or what country have the best game?" And she said, "New York guys have the best game." And who's from New York? Lil TJ.
But I like New York men's like swagger.
Don't say that right here in Atlanta. Come on, man.
But no.
And then the interviewer asked her if she was seeing anyone, and Ruby got to stuttering and tripping over her words.
What's a good date for Ruby Rose? Wait, are you dating someone right now? Yes. Yes. That's a yes. He better not be a rapper, girl, because you just sat here and told me he was. Is he a rapper?
Wait.
He's a rapper too.
Oh, definitely a rap. I can tell. Like,
No.
Is he from New York?
Okay, so I don't know if we're on the fourth piece of evidence or the third piece of evidence, but I must say it's the third piece of evidence. The Morning Hustle show, her saying she prefers New York dudes and her stuttering over herself when she was asked if she's single and if she's dating a rapper. She could answer the question. So let's move on to the fourth piece of evidence, which is yesterday, Lil TJ went shopping for jewelry, and in his Instagram story, you see him looking at watches and rings. And like 4 hours later, Ruby Rose posted on her Instagram story her wearing 2 new rings, and one of them is the same ring in Lil TJ's Instagram story. It's the same exact ring, and she has this writing on the story saying, "Thanks, Daddy." It would be a huge coincidence if her quote-unquote daddy was a different guy who just so happened to buy the same exact ring that was in Lil TJ's Instagram story. A huge coincidence. Okay, so that is the last piece of evidence. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're dating? I think at this point there's like an 80%. I want to say an 80%. I feel like that's too high, but I feel like it would be 80% because most of all, because of the writing on the nail, you know? I feel like that's the biggest one. His name on her nail. That's the biggest piece of evidence. And I think he's coming out with he has a video coming out for his single, what is it called? In My Heart or On My Mind, something like that. He has a single that's been going viral and he's dropping it. And I think that's the video that she was a video vixen for. And I think it's coming out next week. No, the song is dropping April 1st. That's what he said. I don't know if the video is dropping the following week or the same day. We'll see. But yeah, if it is dropping, if she is the video vixen, that's going to be 100% that they are in fact in a relationship, you know? But at this point, I'm going to say there's an 80% chance. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're dating? Give me what your percentage chances are. I think it's 80. Let me know in the comments. Peace out, babes.